Alright everybody, welcome. I am going to start a new game of Car Dealer Simulator. They recently added a bunch of stuff, and some of it including getting the Phantom Voyager station wagon. You can't get until Reputation 4, so we'll see how that all turns out. But this one, I am going to start fresh, right from the beginning, and sell cars at no more and no less than what the market value is. That's going to be my challenge for this particular series. So let's get right into this. And just to warn you, I do not do well. Backing up the trailers, the tow dollies. Let's see. Let's think of what our user save for this one is. Let's see. Hugh, Jass. That'll be the name of our company. Hugh Jass Motors. Now I'm going to go ahead and take this all the way from the start to the finish, and I'll do shows that'll run roughly 20 minutes to a half an hour every chance I can get. So we'll get this all loaded up and get started. Now that I've got a better understanding of the game, I can get through this a lot quicker. And I'll end up giving everybody tutorials on this too, because there's certain ways of doing things. Of course, you're not going to always agree.
Hey kid, Little Sam here. Are you on your way to the shop? We don't have time to waste.
Volume's
Let me know when you
pretty
arrive.
well down.
Client's already waiting.
Let me pause that real quick. And go over here and let's boost the volume. Oh, it already is. Okay. Not much I can do. Car driving. Alright, use the WSAD pad or press return to turn off the radio. You can also use the arrows for your driving, and generally that's what I do. When I'm moving forward, I'll use the W key, but I won't use the other ones. And I'll use the arrows with my right hand. Turn off the radio. Should have put that in streamer mode. Let's try to do that real quick. Let me see if I can get to the options. Options. Streamer mode. I want to turn that on. Now they won't accidentally play the radio or any of the music. Alright. Let's head on our way over to the dealership. I usually don't come in this way. Jump down here. Oh, and the AI cars are stupid. Green lights, they'll run them. They'll run the red. I mean, as a user, you've got the right to do it, or you could stop if you wanted to, but that's entirely up to you. But the AI car, the cars are not very smart. Alright, we're at the dealership. Look at how crummy it is.
You took way too long. Good thing you're here. I had to step out and take care of something, but I've got your first job. I found an amazing deal. The client's already on board, so everything's set. See that towing trailer in the yard? Grab it and go pick up that piece of mechanical beauty. You know the deal. It's a chunk of junk. But if you fix it right,
it is a chunk
we'll pull
of
some
junk.
cash out of it. Don't waste time. Get moving.
Alright. Now, take your mouse, flip it around. You can see how close I am to the tow dolly there. So I want to go forward, and I'll turn it so I'm lined up better. Now I'll back it straight up. This should be good enough. and then you hit your Z key, and it'll automatically hook it up. See? Right there. Reverse park close to the trailer, drive up to the trailer where the area turns green, stop, exit the vehicle, and interact with the hitch using the E key, or do it in the car by pressing the Z. All right. And then Z. All right, now we're all hooked up.
Nice job, kid. Listen, the deal with this client is all set. Now we just need to pick up the car. But before you head out, drive over to the station and fuel up your ride. If you get stuck in the middle of nowhere, you won't be much use to anyone.
Now, there are certain streets on this one. If you look at the map, the dealership is up here. Now, this map does not rotate. It's not a free rotate or anything like that. The gas station is over here. I call these, there are certain, these three streets I've got names for. Main Street is the one that the dealership was on. First Street is where the gas station and the motel are. It's also the fastest way to get to the junkyard, because right here is a hidden road going straight to where the junkyard is, and it's right off of First Street, so it's the fastest way in. And over here is the parts store. Later on, you won't have to go to the parts store. You can order it straight online from the computer in your dealership. But that's costly. It costs you $500 extra to get for the delivery fee. But right now, First Street has the gas station. Up here is Second Street. I don't have the other ones done, but those are the main ones. So we'll head out, and we'll go up to First Street and get gas. Now, you want to keep doing the tutorials, because when you do, what ends up happening is that's how you end up progressing in the game. So you want to get your tutorials from Sam. You want to be able to hear from Sam. Because if you don't, you could end up messing yourself up accidentally. Now, with the Canyons, which is this truck here, it's called the Off-Road Canyon. The tank is on the right, so you want the left-hand side when you pull up to it. Give yourself plenty of room too. All right, refueling at the station. Pick up the fuel pouring gun, which is the nozzle, from the dispenser by pressing E. Open the cover and attach the nozzle to the car. Interact with the dispenser. To refuel, press and hold the LMB on the red pump fuel button. The best way to do that is to hit the auto fuel switch, though. You can automatically fill the tank using the switch next to the pump fuel button toggle. If it's press the button, finish the fueling, finish and pay. So what I'm going to do is get there, get out, hit the E button to get out of your car. That's the fastest way to do it. Go around here to your door. Now, you see where that reticle is there? When you line up something with it, then you can hit E. Go over to the nozzle, over here, E to interact it, and then go over here, put the reticle on it, and hit E. Go back over to the pump, E. Now, the trigger, the automatic toggle is right here. Once you click that, hit fuel up, and it'll automatically put all the gas into your car. Finish and pay. Then at that point, you can go over here, hit E to pick it up. Now, if you right-click, you can automatically hang it up, and you don't have to go back over to the pump. And then hit E to close it. Now you're ready to go. Now, one thing that I do is you're going to be using this tow dolly in the truck an awful lot, especially early on before you can get the tow truck. And we'll do that once we get out to the junkyard. But with this truck, I keep mine. I ended up buying a cargo van because the bed of the truck and the back of the cargo hold or any trunk of any car, you can store pieces of all the parts that you can do, and certain ones have certain things. The cargo van, for instance, has 60 slots. The truck has 40. So you'll be able to carry quite a bit. All right, now let's see where we need to go. The car we're picking up is over at the motel, right over that way. So we're just going to go left and head back down the street the way we came, same way we came in. And looks like it's going, and it'll end up being on the left. That's where the motel is. Now you do get bonus points for your accomplishments on Steam if you speed. But that's in the tow truck. If you hit 100 miles an hour, and you will. See what I mean about the cars running the red lights? All right, now here's the car. Out of the way, you dovey. Now you're going to have to block traffic no matter what you do. Towing using a tow dolly. While in the car, press X to extend the ramps. Drive up to the vehicle you want to tow, and when it gets close enough, the front wheels will automatically jump onto the ramp. All right, X. And now we got it. Yeah, this is, I think this is the Vanguard. Yeah, it's the Vanguard. All right, now time to go back to the dealership. I try not to hit people, but it doesn't always work. Now you can always look on it too, and it'll show you the general direction. Once you get familiar enough with the map, it's relatively easy to get around around Winston Springs. Although there are lots of hidden roads, including one that has a jump into the dealership itself. Now, with this first one, and Sam's going to tell us here in a minute, the first thing we do is wash the vehicle that we just got. We don't have it. There he is.
Did you pick up that beauty? Listen, don't worry about the mechanics, but make sure you clean it up with the pressure washer and snap a few good pics. Remember, if it's going to sell, it needs to shine.
All right, we're close enough. Now, this car's drivable. They won't become undrivable until much later when you're able to use a mechanic. You cannot do this right now. Oh, yeah, I forgot I gotta release it. Get in the truck when you do this. You hit X to release it. Then you can get out. Now we're going to go over here and we're going to power wash it. Power washing is actually really fun to do, but you got to be careful about listening for the tone. All right. Park the car in the washing zone. Pick up the tool by pressing the E button. Press LMB to aim up to apply the fluid. You're using the left mouse button. Yes, the LMB is left mouse button. Use the R button to rotate the nozzle. By pressing X, you can highlight the elements that need to be cleaned. That's going to work the same way too when you go to remove rust from the car. Apply until the progress bar is 100, and you will hear a tone when it's done. It will tell you. And some of them will go and autocomplete as well. So we hit X, and that shows you everything that you need to wash. Hit R to rotate. It's easier when you got the wide beam like that because you're spraying the whole car. Now the Vanguard is one of the cars that isn't too bad. You don't have to jump on the hood to clean it. But when you get around to the P3 and P4 cargo vans, the Zen Voyager, you won't be able to do that. You will have to climb up. But this one is low enough to where you can get the roof easy enough. And then just hold the left mouse button and spray. Get as much as you can. Get the high-end areas as well. It will, like I said, it will autocomplete, but you got to have most of it done. That includes the wheels and tires. Sometimes the further away you stand, the better you're going to end up getting a full spray on the car. It's more effective that way. Notice how the further out I go, the more foam it gets on there. Now, one of the things we'll be able to do, and I'll show it to you probably in another video, is you'll be able to go to the parts store and get new license plates, what they call them license plate repair kits. You can also get those at the gas station. Same way with fuses. If you don't want to get fuses from the store if it's closed, and the store is closed on Sundays, just as the junkyard is. So you won't be able to get those from them, but you can't. But the gas station is open 24/7. I want to be able to. There's the tone, and notice it auto completed it. Now hit Tab and go down to wash. Hit X if you want to see the whole thing, and then spray it all down to get rid of the foam. Like I said, this is probably one of the more satisfying parts of it. You start out that way when you're getting rust off and stuff like that. It can be satisfying, especially once you get the electric sander. But by the time you get employees and stuff like that, you're too busy to even want to consider keep going on washing cars or getting rust off and stuff like that. You'll get way too busy for that, and by that point you're going to want employees because it is tedious to do. And you sure don't want to do it when you start buying cars from the junkyard. They added that thing to where you can go to the junkyard, and there's 3 of them every time you go there when a new day starts. Alright, let's get this cleaned off. Spray that down. Spray the tires. Later on, when you upgrade your car wash, you'll get a wax and a polish as well, which will increase the value of the car. When you buy cars as well, do not buy any in excellent condition. For the simple fact is that you're not going to make money off them at all. You want either poor or treated. So avoid the ones that are in excellent condition. And we'll get this one all rinsed off as best we can. And hopefully it'll get to the autocomplete. The Vanguard here is a pretty worthless car once you get up to the higher levels. When you're getting the more expensive cars like the Zen Motors Journey and the P3 cargo van, the cargo van P3s, and the Largos and stuff like that, then you're going to forget about these cars. Once you get to that point where you're getting junkers and stuff like that from the junkyard, ones that you don't want to sell, use them as parts cars. And when you buy parts, never get rid of them. Keep them. Do not get rid of them. And I'll show you where you can put them here in a bit. When you take parts off, they go into the garage. There's a spot with a shelf on it where you can do that. Oh, and by the way, the higher levels of the car wash, you will, it does work faster. There it goes. And then hit your right mouse button and you can retract it. Now the car's done. Alright, now if you look on the top there, move the car. Now later on as you get over here, this area and that little building that you see in front of me, that becomes our fueling station. Eventually it will become our fueling station. Now, this is the garage I was telling you about. When you take parts off of the cars, see that shelf in the back? That's where you put them. There's a little box underneath that will show that has the inventory. Here's your warehouse. When you go up to it, and later, and the next level for the dealership will change it. Then you go and hit E for storage, and this is where all your parts are going to be, and it'll tell you how many you can store. Right now it's 50 parts. At maximum it's 600. Plus you can store anything in any of the trunks, or in the case of the vans in the back. So let's get this piece of junk out there. Alright. We'll go and put this hunk of junk over here. Now in the early stages of the game, boy, this thing's wobbling bad. It's got some suspension issues. Get it over here. Photo mode. Alright. Pull out the tablet by pressing T. Select the camera app. You can do this also from the radio memory by holding T to open it. And then let's see, a good offer should include proper photos so that the buyer can see the car's condition. There are 3 types of points visible on the car, and you can see them there. And there's 2 basic areas where you can take the picture where it would matter, and you only have to do it in 2 pictures. All right. Let's get out of this. Alright, steer it in here until the box turns green. Now in this case I'm too far over. I could do this now if I wanted to, but move it over. Wait until it turns green, then hit E to get out. Now, to get your photos, go to the front left of the car, or the front right, it doesn't really matter as long as you do opposite angles. Hit T, and then go to your camera right here. And then, yeah, you can do a bunch more stuff in the tablet than you could before. You can pay your bills, you could shop, and then you can check your mail so forth and so on. So we'll use the camera, and if you hit S or the back arrow key, you can back up. Now, the points that you see are the blue ones. Hit the left mouse button to click take the picture. Those little points will turn green. Then go to the right rear and do the same thing. You see how those turn green. Then hit escape and escape again. Now go to the office. E to open it. Go to your desk. Hit E. Now, online car market, sales market, selling a car. To post an ad, first park the car in the designated area in the parking lot. Then open the used car sign on your PC to go to your ads. Tab and click. Add new advertisement. Select the vehicle photo. Fill in the details. All right, that's this one right here. Click on it. Then the used car, the tab is up here. Add advertisement. Select your car. In this case, it's right there, Apex Vanguard. Go to your images. Now, these will automatically upload, and the game knows your car, which one you're selling. So hit those. Add photos. Now, it's 58% drivable, and it's in excellent condition. When you wash, wax, and polish it, and even remove the rust from a car, that increases the value dramatically. Now, my challenge is to sell this for $65.52. So I'll put $65.52 down. $65.52, not 62. 52. All right. Now, normally, this line right here will change colors according to what the value is on it. The higher you price it, if it gets into the yellow, and I'll post this one here. Let's do 10,000. It's in the red. That means you're pricing it too high. If I put this one at 7,000, it's in the green. And then if you put it for 8,000, it's also in the green. So yeah, 9,000 is pretty much the sweet spot. It's in the yellow. Generally, if it's in the yellow like this one here, that's not a bad price. People come over there and do it. But if you post it and put it in the red, nobody will come and look at the car. So we'll put it $65.52, post the ad. Now, hit escape and get out. And then you go to the sign, opening and closing company. Turn the sign hanging on the door to open, close the company. Customers come in between 7 and 7 when the company is open, 1900 to 7 o'clock at night. At the top of the HUD, you will find an icon indicating whether the company is open. You can speed up time to the next day by going to sleep in the back room. You don't want to do that right now until Sam talks to you. Now we are open. And people will start coming in. This place is a mess. One thing you can do as well is go to the computer while you're waiting and look at cars for sale. Now, check your condition. You want them drivable, and you want visual condition as poor to start. You can do the treated later on as you get more and more cars. Now, we can't buy any just yet, but we're going to take a look. The Vanguards, the Pulses are good cars to buy. They're relatively cheap initially. They're easy to fix up, and they sell for a lot more. The Strikers is a pretty bad one. They do not sell for a whole lot of money. But the UMX 600C, which is like a IROC Camaro, that's one of your more valuable cars. We'll stop that. We'll see if anybody shows up. Now we got some people out there. Negotiations. You have 3 attempts to negotiate the car price. Enter amounts in the appropriate field. The number of remaining attempts is visible in the bottom right corner of the negotiation window. The client will react to your offers. Try to get close to their expectations to avoid losing the chance. On the last attempt, you can gain extra chance by offering a gift. Generally, I'm not going to have to worry about that now because this is market value, nothing more, nothing less, and so I won't need the gift. Generally, the gift is only necessary when you're first starting out like this because then it's more valuable. And you can buy those gifts at 2 different places. One, you can get it at the Rogers bar, or you can get it at the gas station. See, yep, hello, happy to take a look. Is a 65.52, but he wants 54.25. Because I'm not accepting anything below that, I reject him. And eventually they will get to the point where they do take your price. I've never tried this before, so we'll have to wait and see how this happens. Upgrades are going to all take a while. That's just the nature of it when you're doing a challenge like this. Somebody else walking onto the lot. I want to show you guys the interface too here on the computer. Alright, now mail, that's your email. Cars, this is your upgrades. You've got 5 possible upgrades. Mechanical shop, the body shop, the car wash, the office, and then the gas pump. This is how you pay your bills. You want to check the bills tab every single day, and that gets even more important when you have employees. There's your shop. That's your sign name. We'll wait on this one right here because this is one of the things we do with Sam. That's your employee workstation stuff. This is the cars that you have, the equipment you have. And that's your tutorial list. If you don't know something, look at the tutorial too. It really does help. Alright, let's see what he wants. Woo! No, he wants to lowball me as well. Let's see if he wants it. Yep.
Alright.
Nope. You can't have it either. I made homemade pizza for the family tonight, and it's a bit of a mess. Alright, let's see if she wants to pay full price for it. Nope.
Yeah!
Well, kid, you really nailed it today. Did you see that reputation boost after the sale? Keep it up. The higher your reputation, the thicker your wallet. And that's what we're really playing for, right? You've earned your rest today. Tomorrow, I'll show you some tricks of the trade. Remember, early bird catches the worm. Hey, kid. Well rested? You know, I was thinking, since you're doing such a great job boosting our reputation in town, maybe it's time to work on our image a bit, too. Did you see that old sign above the entrance? Exactly. It could use a little upgrade. Something fresh to catch the eye. Alright, that should do it. I'll wire you some money through MobiCash. Find yourself a good enough ride and make a deal. We'll see how much more we can squeeze out of it.
Haha! Yeah! Uh-huh.
How's the client? I hope he wasn't whining too much. Alright, let's take a look at that beauty and see what needs fixing. There's a scanner on the table. Just run it over and you'll know exactly what's going on under the hood. No BS. Tech doesn't lie.
The scanner tool will become your best friend. Some tools like the scanner, when picked up, are added to your inventory. Use the tab key to select the tool. Scan the car by pressing E. You do that on the hood. At any time while holding the scanner, press R to open the last report. There's your scan. Oh, that's how you get into the hood. Hit this, go to scanner, and then scan it. This will tell you everything that's wrong. It'll tell you what the purchase price is and what the market value, current market value is. In the case of this one right here, anything in the red is not good. But early on like this, you can't avoid it because in order to change some of these, you have to have your mechanical shop upgrade to where you have a lift. But in this case here, the exterior is something that we can do.
It's worth checking the exhaust on cars. Holy ones sputter, and the profit will disappear faster than you think. Grab some repair tape, patch that thing up, and the car will run like new. And us? We'll save a few bucks. And that's what this business is all about.
All right. That means we got to drop off the trailer and go over to the store. Normally this would be what I'd use the van for once I get it. And yes, I will repair the truck once I get that, once I'm able to do it. And yes, I will wash it. Okay, we're up on 2nd Street. The shop is over here to the left. Park out front. And we'll go inside and buy some tape. Now, this is where you can get all your parts. The engine, clutch, those are all level 3 parts, so you won't be able to change any of them until you get the mechanical shop up to level 3. The rest of these you can do later on, or once you get the first one done, with the exception of the battery and the fuses. You can do those early on because you don't need a lift for them. What we need is the plate repair kit. So I'm going to buy one of those for now, and I'm going to buy a tape. And inventory. You hit I to see what you've got in your inventory. Your company also has a warehouse, which I've already showed you, where you can move items from your inventory to that way you can carry more. Items bought in store or removed from cars go to your inventory. Press the I key to open it. Oh yeah, I've already done that one. All right. I want to buy 2 repair tapes. Those things early on come in handy. And later on you'll run back to the store once you get the mechanical shop, for the simple fact is that the power wrench, you want the power impact wrench. And yes, you can go this way if you want. All roads lead to Main Street. All right, we're back at the dealership. We'll drive this around back. Don't leave your car unattended, because at night there is a competitor that comes out there and tries to dirty up your cars and steal your gas. All right. Now, to repair it, right there, park the car in the green zone. Interact with the car by pressing E when you're on the hood. Use the right mouse button to rotate the camera. And use your arrows or the WSAD keys to move the camera around. Enter focus mode by clicking on the left mouse button on a part. Use the right mouse button to go back to the previous view. To find a leak, spray the tool, hold the left mouse button, and move the cursor over it. Once it's done, you can put the tape on it. To unscrew a part, select disassembly mode. Use the tab button for that. Click on the part you want to disassemble. If it is screwed, unscrew tightening. All the highlighted elements, and then you tighten it the same way. All right. But we can't do that right now until the first one. Here is your catalytic converter. This is where we're going to put the tape, and this is you're going to spray. Spray all the way down until you find a spot. Then you hit it with the tape. Now, if you do the scanner, and I'll show you that. If you run the scanner on it, it'll tell you how many leaks you have. Down here, there's 1 leak. That's remaining. So we'll go back here, hit right mouse button to get rid of the scanner. Go back to the catalytic converter, spray it until you find the other leak. Ta-ding! There we go.
Good riddance. But don't fool yourself. It ain't permanent. We could fix those parts, but we'd have to drop some cash on a workshop. Well, we do what we can with what we got.
Right.
Speaking of, There's a junkyard just outside Winston Spring. If you find some time, check it out. Maybe you'll find something worthwhile there. Just don't mention nothing to the clients, all right?
Later on, the junkyard will actually be more important when you have the repair machines. But that's a level 4 office one. All right, now let's go wash it. Now, like I said, the Pulse is actually a very good car to have. Spray it, foam it down. Later on, as you get the more expensive cars, the Pulses are ones that you're not going to want. If you find any of them in rusted conditions, use them as parts cars. They're worth more that way. The UMX 600Cs, the ones that look like the Camaros, those are ones as well that you're going to want to junk out. Strikers and the Vanguards are the same way. Everything else, including the Boulders and the Canyons, the two trucks, are worth enough. The trucks are worth around $12,000. Depending on the options. Every vehicle has options to it that will increase and decrease their values. Get the roof. The back. Looks pretty good. More of the roof. Yeah, the next Sam thing is to go out to the junkyard, but I'm not prepared to do that yet. There are things out at the junkyard that you're going to want to get. The junk cars that are not drivable, you can't get those. I mean, you can get them, but they're not worth anything right now because we don't have the repair shop. Once you get the repair shop, that makes all the difference in the world. And then you can fix things that are broken on the car. All right, rinse it off. Not a bad looking car when it's clean. Now, one of the things Sam's going to end up doing here once we complete the junkyard tutorial mission is to tell us how to scrape the rust off a car. That'll increase the value even more. That's why you want cars in poor condition, because you're going to get a better resale value out of them. If I would have bought this one in excellent condition, it would have cost me probably $8,000, $7,000 to $8,000 to get, and I wouldn't make anything back on it because the market value is already pretty well set. It's already at the market value, and the only thing I'd end up having to do would be to wash it. And right now I can't even wax. Alright, let's get this thing cleaned off. The polishing is really, really worth it as well, but all this takes time. Early on, you're going to find that you're going to have more time than you will later on. There we go.
Kid, that car might be clean, but the rust ruins the whole impression. Now, I wouldn't be as successful if I didn't know how to deal with it. Head back to the workshop. You'll find everything you need to get rid of that rusted beast. Oh, and look for a flashlight on the table. It might come in handy.
All right. Initially, until you get the rust work, the body shop workshop, you have to do it in here. And this is where the mechanic shop will end up being. Get out. Over here is the flashlight. Get that. Bodywork repairs. Yeah. Similar to the washing mode, you use the X button, and then you use the sand. You got to use the sandpaper. Once you put that on there, the putty work and the sandpaper going over the top of it and the spray paint will only will only work in the zones that you have already sanded. Let's see, where's the flashlight go? All right. There's your sandpaper right there. Now, to get the low ends, you have to hit Control to crouch down. And you can see where all that rust is. Hit X, and it'll show you even better where it is. And then just move the sandpaper over the area that you want to sand. Oop. You can also use the wheel to go to this. Hit your tab button. This has actually got quite a bit of rust on it. Anywhere there's yellow, get it. And like the washing, it will auto-complete. When you get close enough to it, that is. And it never hurts to go over if you can help it. Get it as good as you can. Use your S button to move, or your W button to move forward, just like you would if you were moving the car. Now this gets a lot easier when you get the grinder. For the time being, this gets real tedious. You don't have to scrub it yourself and go back and forth like that. All you have to do is drag it over the top of the areas that you want to sand. Go around to the back. You ought to complete some here. Now, go to tab. Putty's the next one. Now this is automatic. You can go anywhere you want on this to putty up the car, and you're not going to have to worry about going over stuff that you don't need to go over. We'll go down here, back up a little bit, hit it with the putty. You can splash it around all over the place, and it won't matter. Hit X to get it over there to make it shine up. slop it on. Up here. We'll slop that on too. Now, when you get the grinder, you still have to do this. You still have to put the putty on. There's no shortcut for it. Oh, you got to get everything that you can. Slap that putty on. Now this is only the second step. There's two others. One of them is the sanding of the putty itself, and the other one is spray painting. This is what I mean about working on into the night. When you're working on cars and stuff like that, if you notice up there, it's almost midnight. Going to be working on this car late into the night. And that's the way it's going to be for the most part. You'll find yourself very rarely sleeping in your office. The only time you really do that is when you want to advance the day. There we go. Now we can go to the sandpaper, hit X, and sand all this down. Think this is bad? Try sanding a P3 or P4 van. That'll frustrate you. The problem with using a mouse for this is you're moving it all over the place, and you get to the point where you just run out of room on your mouse pad. And then you're trying to turn it. It doesn't always work. By far, spray painting is one of the better, more pleasing things to do when it comes to doing the body work on a car. And that gets even better when you upgrade to level 2. And you get the grinder, you actually get it, instead of a spray can, you actually get a professional spray nozzle. And it's well worth it. By the way, Sam gives us a flashlight. I never use it. It really doesn't matter to me. And you'll find probably that you won't be using it either. That's especially true once you're to the point where you're not working on the cars yourself. Alright, there's the autocomplete. Now, paint can. And we spray. X. Right now it takes a little bit longer to spray. When you get the professional sprayer, it really goes quicker. In this case you're using a rattle can, so it's not quite as good. The good news is you can hold, you don't have to move back and forth to spray. You would just want to get the smaller part, you want to just get the parts that you need to get and just hold it steady. See what I mean about it taking a little bit more time? When you're using a rattle can, it really is slow. Now this probably isn't going to be the only time you crouch either. You're going to discover that once you get the lift to put the car in the air, the car's in the air, in order to see underneath and hit the E key, you have to crouch. Alright, the car's done with the sanding and stuff, so we'll enter it. Drive out, park it on the lot, get some pictures of it. But first, I'm going to show you how to change the license plates with a kit. Here we go. Now, press I for inventory to make sure you got everything in there that you need. Right there. I've got one license plate. Hover over it, E, there we go. We now have new license plates. Tab, pictures, get all your dots, take the picture, go around, take the picture. Alright, escape. We can go back in here now. Now, I think I turned off the settings for the guy who comes and gets us. Gameplay, streamer mode, rival event, right there. Yeah, it's still off. So I'll turn that on. Yes. Now, it is 7 o'clock in the morning, so we can open the dealership. And we'll wait for the car to... you gotta advertise it. So go back in here. Go to the computer. Advertise the car. Select it. Pictures. You want to take pictures during the day if you can help it. Okay, it's 48% drivable. 6431. 6431. Alright, post it. Competition never sleeps. There he is, right there. You want to get out as quickly as you can. Of course, it's not letting me. Before he ruins the car. You go over to it, and you wait for him. Has he already done something? I don't see him. Did he dirty up the car? Not sure what he did to it. Maybe he did something to my truck. Now we'll find out. Truck's not all that important except for the gas. Scan it. The flashlight. E. Yeah. Alright, let's go back and sell it. More than likely the guy did something to the car. 6431 is what I want for it. If he's not going to do it, the answer is no. Now, while we're waiting for somebody else to show up and offer me the price that I asked, I get into my truck and give it a cleaning. All right, I think this is where I'm going to stop it for the day. Thank you for watching, everyone.